Okay. Okay, so
Before I forget this little detail, I did ask Kirby, and there a bunch of them kind of popped into a white room with a bunch of chairs or something like that.
nothing I'm familiar with, but again, different will, different rules. So we need to get an expedition group together. Somebody, heavy hitters at the very least.
Oh. So, like, sort of like a removal, extermination type of thing?
Investigation and possible retaliation of investigation. People who are able to handle themselves in a fight. People equipped with energy shielding would also be effective.
Okay. What?
But to put it very simply, what I saw in there were shades of various Hershers. Shades only show up if the Hersher in question is active.
I see.
So people with, like Wendy. Wendy controls wind and, wind-like elements.
Huh. Sorry, I don't imagine her doing much of anything nowadays other than simply just dragging her body across the ground, and just, speaking like Everest and stuff like that.
Yeah, the capabilities of the core is what I'm specifically getting at. The two that I can confirm that are active is domination. Domination really fucks with people who have negative mindsets. To the point of, think puppeteers. If they're able to get their strings on you and take advantage of your negative thoughts, emotions, and things like that, there have been cases where they've been able to even mimic or outright steal the powers of other Hershers. Or just the innate capabilities of other people. Yeah.
I see. Okay, well.
And domination is a bit trickier than most to deal with. Every single one of their puppets holds a piece of the core. There's about 1,000 puppets, normally.
Okay, so this sounds a little more than just simply just a simple, like, hey, just round up a bunch of people and whatnot. Like, no, this sounds like we need like a whiteboard, or rather, we need like a cork board, or just note of every little detail kind of thing.
Yeah. And then the other one, Void. Void. Herrscher of the Void. If they work how they're supposed to, and given the fact that they almost seem to enjoy the fact that I had a Vietnam flashback, spatial rifts. Void is one I fought before, and unfortunately failed against. Actually, Void's the entire reason I'm in the metaverse in the first place.
I see.
So, spatial distortions, ranged attacks, she's able to open up rifts, and those ranged attacks go into the rifts and she can redirect them. Spatial manipulation, things like that. Really nasty stuff.
So, that means that we can't really... we
speed.
We need speed.
Speed and unpredictability.
So that means if there's going to be any heavy hitters, they need to be able to move. Maybe not just simply.
And that's if we come across the actual Hershers and not the Shades. Shades are just a manifestation of their willpower. They can be dealt with easily enough. It's just, you need to be able to hit them hard.
Yeah. Okay.
But That is what I saw on the other side. That is why I got out as quickly as I did.
Mm-hmm. Did any of them attack you when you were on your way out? Because you... I did hear like a sort of
I
smack
bolted.
on the...
I bolted as quickly as I could. If they did launch an attack at me, I probably dodged it, but I still, when I jumped through the portal, I got my gun aimed right on it just in case.
Okay, that's what that was. Okay, yeah, I just, heard smack echoing down there. I'm like, what is that? And you were a little too far for me to see what your body was doing. Jeez.
But, sir, any questions?
So, this happening, is it possible that it happened because it just happened to be some person connected with whatever funny item with this stuff? Or could someone having a tie to, like, let's say, seasons, something more like the concept of seasons, could that been sort of contributor to this stable connection?
Nah, that's not how rifts work.
Okay.
Rifts are weak points within the reality. Most of the time, they're unstable because reality within the shifting flow fluctuates so often. But there are certain areas which are anchored, either due to memories, either due to people continually thinking about them, things like that. That is where stable rifts could form. You ever notice how some areas that you used to investigate all the time or, walk through, suddenly they're not accessible?
Mm-hmm.
That's the shifting flow, picking them up and shutting them off. Something else may move into its place, or it may just reappear after a bit.
A real-life garbage collection?
Basically. The shifting flow can dictate how rifts operate. In the case there, because that is such a profound memory within people's minds, and that it's remembered, the rift will appear. The rift will stay stable there. Right. At least in this case, from my understanding.
I made a mistake in not asking what the item was, but how much of a factor do you think it would be to causing something where someone was trying to use an item? I was told, this is something I was told by Kirby, that someone was using an item to essentially try their luck in trying to essentially bring back Toy after the person who was used as a sort of cadaver.
What was the item?
That's the problem. I didn't ask the details. I think they said something about like a rose, but I don't know what's the special thing about it. But it was an attempt to bring back Toy, and instead it caused the group of people that was around the person's body to get taken into the throne room.
So, and with my knowledge, the only thing that could represent that of a rose would be a divine key known as Abyss Flower. Abyss Flower is a weapon that was made from the core of death, or the Hersher of death. It is a weapon that can dictate, at least with the funny radiation stuff, life or death. You can heal people, you can kill them. But that's the only reference that I have in terms of a flower. Again, your story is somewhat different. It could be something that's related to that. It could just have been an interaction between Honkai energies and magic. I don't know. I highly doubt somebody in your group had a divine key. I haven't seen any divine keys around here, and the one Honkai weapon I know you guys are in possession of is a basic one for Valkyries.
Oh. I wasn't aware someone had one. Well, okay.
Wait, you didn't know?
No, I wasn't involved with that stuff back then. It was just like Lila's involvement was
I see.
basically.
I thought Kirby would have told you. Okay. Yes, Kirby is the guild specifically
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
defense.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I don't think I was really told much since, I was kind of on the outside, and I didn't know the details that went into how the person was grabbed. I would have been a little bit more angrier at a specific lawyer man. In any case, maybe it could have been like the flower made them think of that. I guess.
Maybe. It is trying to mess with the cycle of life and death, so it could have possibly had the will, or whoever has the seat of the will, or whatever the hell, be like, no, But overall, that's it. As you said, the sooner the better, because from my understanding, you don't have much time left for your extension, right?
It's already fading away. I mean, not like I'm gonna be ineffectual or anything like that, but it's just it would have been nice to have the raw power. Now I just gotta be
Full
relying more on.
extent.
Now I
Yeah.
gotta be relying on just being smart.
Well,
And
you're
not-
smart, so you got that handled at the very least.
I did actually spend some time, not yesterday at that, but like throughout the month, basically putting a bunch of my excess mana into canisters. So worst comes to worst, I can still kind of like pop them and kind of use a sort of a momentary energy buff. But it's one of those things that I'd rather kind of use throughout the year instead of like
All at once, yeah. My recommendation, if you do plan on bringing a canister with you, if we do go on this expedition sooner rather than later, is to get some sort of energy shielding unit on there. So I did pick up some Honkai radiation within the Sea of Quanta around certain Honkai crystal formations. This is odd, but I am blaming the shades for their formation. The main reason is specifically those canisters because I don't want mana getting corrupted by Honkai radiation, you not noticing, and then injecting yourself with that stuff.
I be able to identify. As long as I'm around you enough, I can at least remember what Honkai energy feels like.
All right, fair enough. I'm playing it safe here.
Well, okay, I say around you, but to be
other-
fair, considering the radiation sickness I received many years ago, I kind of sort of remember the feeling. So,
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm able to control it as well as I do. But yeah, that's about it. There are shades which have confirmed to me at the very least that those Herschel cores are active. Whether they have found hosts or not, I don't know. But shades imply that consciousness is up.
the locals there, at least those tusked ones, and the trolls, kind of implied it. Was it them or was it someone else? No, there was the looter that was actually there for a longer time said that the subway area was bad juju. At least that pathway down there. That like basically just people go in there, they don't come back. And I think the tusked creatures were implying that there might have been creatures or stuff that may have walked out of there. So stuff may have already come out.
And judging by the description, more than likely Lancer class. frontal attacks aren't going to work on Lancers, especially if they've ascended to Templar class. The longer a Honkai Beast is alive, the more chance, and the more it kills, the more chance it has to evolve, essentially.
Shoot, that's how they work.
More energy they absorb, the more freedom that they are given by whatever spawned them, they are able to ascend, as it were. There has been a case of a Templar class Honkai Beast turning into a Judgment class.
What's Judgment class akin to?
Judgment class is just below that of Hersher. Typically, a Judgment class Honkai Beast can even fight the will of a Hersher, if its will is strong enough.
Oh. Okay.
They're a very interesting class. The one that I can immediately reference is Bella.
Bella?
A Honkai Dragon. Elemental.
Dragons. Okay. Does it have the strength of a dragon? Like a.
Yes. It is capable of ripping the cannons off of a ship. But it's Judgment class is very rare. I'm just saying what exists, what I have personally dealt with. But
wait. Sorry, I'm suddenly remembering the one's body that was taken over or controlled. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm assuming
if they were taken over, they were dead.
Yeah. But it makes me wonder if there was still some kind of lingering will of some sort on there, because their body wasn't staying here to fight. They were fighting their way out of the city.
So, depending on what may have happened, I'm not sure if they've developed a Hersher core themselves, but every Hersher core has its own consciousness. For example, Revelation. Revelation is a true Hersher. They are a consciousness that sits within the core, and they have a shotgun and a rocking chair. They are the manifestation of negative thoughts and experiences that you have had. There have been cases where the Hersher consciousness is formed and they're more like a child. And the only thing they really listen to is the will. But they can develop, grow, and, well, in the case of human Hershers, be good. Hello. But to get to the point, the Sea of Quanta. I really do want to investigate that area. I need to figure out what is going on and why Hersher shades are spawning within that area, because they shouldn't be. The Sea of Quanta is directly at odds with that of the Honkai, with that of the imaginary.
Why?
And the fact that Honkai eats civilization. Sea of Quanta saves civilization, save presets in bubble verses.
Okay.
Honkai eats bubble verse.
So this sea place is good, but bad?
Good but bad. It implies that there's a connection. The fact that there is a connection is bad. And that connection could be weaponized. I'm not sure if you've ever seen me fire off my massive cannon in full Hersher form. The way that cannon works is it opens a unstable rift to the Sea of Quanta and causes an implosion. It's not meant to interact with our reality.
Okay. I
But
can.
yeah, that's about it.
I can see if I can get in contact with someone who kind of deals with tech-based weaponry and whatnot, advanced tech-based stuff. For
Okay.
maybe some shields that could probably help out with this sort of stuff.
Hmm.
So, would just like kind of just basic radiation stuff work, or try to get them to aim towards whatever this
If you can,
frequency, so to speak, with the shield thing you gave me?
yes, try and see if they can replicate the frequency that the shielding I gave you outputs. That frequency will protect you from the radiation, but it's going to be like walking into a caustic environment. It's going to tick down slowly. Wearing some basic radiation shielding or something like that would be helpful, but just be careful, because if these enemies hit hard enough, that compromises the radiation shielding, and you're just wearing a paperweight at that point.
Okay.
It's not as bad as it sounds, and you're in a better position than most people.
Me? Because like I'm better fighter than some others, or
Well, if this follows the story normally, just due to the fact of your genetics, you have a much higher chance of being adaptable to Honkai radiation. It may not affect you as much as others, but that is something I need to have like a dedicated research building here for if I'm going to look into that shit.
yeah.
So go with the safeties first, and then if I can convince somebody to give me a huge ass lab, we can start poking. And hopefully not draw the eyes of the ogres.
Yeah, I think I'm more scared of trying to poke around in that aspect. I didn't even think about that. Wow. But I suppose I guess it did kind of help to have someone to talk to about the wider spectrum of things.
Oh yeah.
So, what's the effect on, say, them? So, I conjure up a magical black ice block of black ice, and they sort of strike at that thing. Is it simply just like how anything else would be striking at a block of magically reinforced ice?
Yeah, I mean, physical barriers are physical barriers. They'll work.
Okay. Stuff like up close melee attacks are a bad idea as well, then, right? Like, actually going into punch.
If you have the shielding up, no. You can punch, you can swing, you can engage these things in melee. The biggest problem is when it is dealt with, the thing it may drop, you want to get away from, because it could drop like a piece of itself, a Honkai piece or something like that. Let me handle anything that gets dropped, considering being a Hersher, I'm kind of immune to the radiation.
Gotcha.
I am walking radiation.
So no looting then. Gotcha.
Yeah, no looting the dead beasts. No, do not loot. Don't even loot the quantum beasts, because you don't want quantum infection. That stuff's nasty. You ever been digitized?
I've been in a datascape once before. Was it twice? Once before.
So you know how if you take damage from a datascape, it feels very different? Because you're not physically there.
So, okay.
It feels like a bit of feedback.
So the thing is that the datascape that I went to was very what's the word I'm looking for here? Very advanced machine. It had enough processing to make us feel pain.
Yep. That would be a feedback effect then. But anyways, that's not important.
I'm just trying to look, just quickly think of anything else quickly. What's up? Sorry.
Yeah. I have to catch up with Annabelle because she's about to go and deal with her side of things. So is there anything critical you need me to answer right now?
No. I think you gave me enough information to start doing some thinking and whatnot.
So, the two things to keep in mind. Domination. They are the ones that will attack your negativities. They'll attack your despair, your doubts, things like that. They want you to fall into that so they can get their strings around you. If they're able to get your strings around you. Remember when kidnapping was a problem way back in the day? Where like somebody would disappear or like multiple people would be kidnapped weekly. Domination is that incarnate. Mm-hmm. But instead of being completely kidnapped, people won't realize you're gone because they'll have a puppet that looks like you in their place. Mm-hmm. And they can mimic your abilities. But you're just a lot more negative about things.
The problem with that is be kind of difficult to tell the difference because like there's other.
Yeah, you see why domination is a bitch. I hate domination. I hate dealing with.
To be fair, at least in the city, that's a phenomenon that we can sort of kind of catch onto, like
because they still have a piece of the core. They can still be picked up.
Well, I didn't mean that specifically. I mean, like, if a medical girl or Neverwatch member is like kind of like behaving in a certain kind of way, if other people that usually around them notice something's off and they can identify it's something beyond than just like, bad schoolwork or whatever. We have enough experience with that sort of stuff.
Okay, good.
Theoretically
and then
speaking.
There's Void. Mm-hmm. This is a tall order, but if you're able to get something that could anchor yourself to reality, that's going to be a very good defense against Void, because if they can't fuck with you directly spatially, they only have their ranged options and their melee options. They don't have their crowd control.
Okay. The way you're just talking to me just making me go, either that or make sure people can actually run and jump off of moving, falling buildings type of situation.
Yes.
How many people do I actually know can do that?
Anyway, I wish I had better news for you. I really hope we don't bump into the Perchers themselves, because if we do, I am probably going to tell everybody to get out, and I'm going to hold them the fuck back. Thankfully, I can summon many fucking cannons and keep them very distracted. Mm-hmm. I am nothing more than a cockroach and a gnat when it comes to fighting Hershers.
Well, just to at least throw it out there, at least one person, myself, even though I don't look like it, am still human. And humans can be spiteful and can persevere through a lot of things.
Yes! It's very good. This is why I represent humanity. Anyways, I am going to disappear now. I hope I answered questions and filled you in on what I saw. Oh.
Thank you. And give my regards to them.
Yeah, of course. And they're going to be enveloped in light, and I'm going to accept this invite. Have fun!
Jeez. Okay. Who the hell can I even involve with this then? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, or at least kind of handle things with just the those who have personas. As far as the aspect of being grabbed, controlled, or just having a center or whatever. Yeah, I guess I have, unpleasant thoughts in my head, but... It's not like I haven't, I don't catch on to being manipulated. I'm like, well, okay. I can snap out of it after a little bit. Maybe not as fast as I would like to, but, but you could still help me out. Probably ask Ida. I could probably ask Ida. I could probably ask August. Night. We're dealing with Eldritch at this point. Eldritch level stuff. So let's not. Lila can't move as much. August might not be able to move as much. Yeah, no, August's more human with power. Okay. Okay, so that leaves still just myself and Ida. Sweet Christmas, who the hell can I ask for this sort of stuff? Shadow? I don't even know, man. I don't even know if I'm gonna ask Shadow. Entire Rolodex of people to get help from, but who the hell can even ask for some of this? I guess I'll figure it out my own time. I do need to get home, though. Let Lana know about what I got from Nito and, Wait, I mean, I could stop... No. Let me talk to Lila first before I go and, seek out Ashley. I mean... Nothing is happening at the moment. But nothing's happening at the moment, but another one of those things we just can't let fester. Kind of reminds me I need to be looking into what's going on with Mud Touch Crab Company. All right. I could ask Guy how what sort of things to be identifying for in the news. Granted, I'm pretty sure Sky would be far better than I would in regards to picking up on those sort of details, but I mean, I can still kind of notice things. Maybe I have a different perspective of things. Yeah. Okay. So, update Lila, what's going on? see what okay, keep in mind what her input would be in that regards. Let her know about that we have people I can talk to in regards to the Barrioth parts. Let her know to talk to Ashley, or I talk to Ashley, whoever gets to Ashley first for the Pokemon Ranger stuff. Talk to Hikari about seeing if we can get stuff in regards to radiation protection type stuff. Let's see. No Knight would probably be wanting to look into this. I'll get them to keep focusing on keeping an eye out for Children of Siegfried. Okay, so focus on Children of Siegfried. That should at least get her not to focus on this stuff here. And if they complain, just tell her this is Eldritch level. I'm not in the mood to have her try to prove herself to me in this instance. I'd rather her focus on doing things that can actually get. But she doesn't want to be hearing that she's not useful in something. Jeez. I don't even know how Knight does not realize that she gets as bad as like some of the other kids that gets drip fed all the shonen hero stuff in their heads. I'll have to think about that one for bits. Alright, let's just get home. And cart down.